Well, we're back. 2 trips in a weekend. I was lucky enough to get Monday off. So we're back at Burwood Grove where we get most of the activity. Oh look, a break. That might be a significance. So we're going to head up this power line trail today. Matt's joining me again. And we're actually going to follow the power line track. Well, the power lines, make our own track. As we believe that it's a passageway like you hear on most things overseas, or any animal would use it if there's a trail there. So we're going to check that out today. See if we can find some more activity or fresh activity, fresh breaks. Who knows, we'll see how we go. So we're just heading in now up towards the power lines, and we're going to see what we can find. It's just rained, so we might get some tracks of anything if it's been here. We'll see how we go. Just heading up the creek here. And this wasn't like this last time I came. It's been a while since I've been up here, but I mean, it's slightly dead, but like that's fucking thick. I don't think that's windfall. Someone's done that. Yeah. There's a game trail coming from up there. That's towards the power lines. But this is, I think that someone snapped that. Like, it's not really soft enough to be dead to get done by the wind, especially with how much cover you have in here of the wind getting through. And then you've got 3 breaks in 1 tree. So you've got a bend here, and then another little one there. So look, it's been grabbed like that because those 2 are the same, and that's been snapped in 3 spots, so that's pretty bloody interesting. It's been done a little while ago because they're pretty old, but why would someone just walk and do that? I just don't get why people would do it in 3 spots sitting here. I mean, kids standing there doing it, yeah, but that's pretty interesting to be said that that's what Yowies and stuff do. So already we're off to a good start with activity. Good old Burwood Grove. I've always said I think this is a spot where they live and frequent a lot. Got a little offshoot up there. Wallaby tracks. So we don't go there, this is where we cut in. There seems to be a cleared path through that lantana up there. You can see it's got a gap in the middle.
Yep. Where that sun is, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I followed one of these side creeks right up to the thin ones, but it got really dry and barren.
Yeah, that's like this one here. Mate. Yeah, I think so. It's maybe still in shock from seeing a Yowie.
Yeah.
So not even 20 seconds into a trail,
I'll stand under it.
and it's a possible marker. You can see that's all fresh when it broke. So that's, what's that, 9 foot? That's pretty bloody tall. So if it's, is that to say that the trail goes up this way? I mean, I guess we can follow it and see. But as usual, finding weird breaks when there's no other windfalls in this direction. Oh yeah, that could be a windfall. That one being how high and thin it is. It's definitely a trail up here. There's a trail that way too, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a few of them. I reckon head up here still because the power lines are right above us. And we'll just follow up this line. So, another one. What, 7 foot tall? Fresh ironbark. So it was fresh when it broke. There's no other big deadfall. Another odd one. The rest of it's dead, so who knows if the original came down. But those leaves aren't even maybe a couple of weeks old. So that's following from the one down there. Now there's another one here, but obviously they're in different directions, so who knows? Could be of no significance. I don't think anyone will ever know unless we see them doing it. It almost seems like there's a footpath here, but it's a game trail. See it run through up there. You can see that pretty clear going down into there. Depends which side it goes up. Let's run up on the other side. So the power line's right over us. It's very well worn though. This goes into thick land tunnel. It goes up that other side. And winds through. Something uses it often.
It's definitely not rotten, that's for sure.
Is it still growing? So it's a lot another tree under it.
Is that a break in there as well?
It seems like it, doesn't it? Maybe that's where it was grabbed to do it, the pressure. You can see that's pretty, cause that's been twisted sideways a bit too, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's not stupid heavy, that's just old and dead. And if this was growing up at that angle, that wouldn't have hit it, you'd think. But it just looks pretty significant. Looks like it's been done with hands. It's pretty open in here. Yeah, that one might be a rot. Just coming up. Found a lot of owl feathers. That's alright. Piled up, that's weird. There's the rest of him. Unless it, well, that looks like it's been plucked there, doesn't it?
Mm.
Not like it just landed and had a scuffle. See, that's a clear windfall. Those ones angled. These ones here angled the same way. Just got a big noise up there. Something of decent size just scuffled through the shrub and stuff way up here. Could be a kangaroo, but don't know. Got no visuals. getting broken at one point in time. Somebody's come through and got this one. A fresh scuff or something, maybe a footprint. It almost looks like a small footprint. Inconclusive though, but I think it's a big kangaroo maybe. So if we went down there, so we heard the rustle up here and it stopped. Here, you should see one just there somewhere, yep. See, it almost looks like a small foot. And then one up about 1.5 meters away from it. It could be a kangaroo, but there's only one, right?
It's a smaller, but they're big.
That. It's almost like something's there and something's there. That was big, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You think it was a wallaby or something? The way it sounded, but it didn't keep going, did it?
Stop. So
It was right here though, wasn't it?
I thought it was
Over this way?
somewhere on this bridge.
Like up in these trees. I might go up to the grass here. That was pretty significant. But you'd think you'd go down, right? I feel like I can hear something over in there. But we didn't keep hearing it go off. So if it was a wallaby, we'd hear the dum, dum, dum.
It stopped.
It went and then stopped straight away, didn't it? I might go towards this dead stump and then in. Do you want to go up that way and so you can keep an eye down there as well?
Sort of go along here and then.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's down to that creek, I think.
So do you then? That's how easy you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just blend in.
Yep. So I try and wear these sort of colours as well. So I'm going to head up here now, and you go up that way, and we'll sort of meet past the other side of these trees. Just whistle if you hear or see anything. Whistle out or something. Get your shots first. Fuck.
Something big up there, so Jeremy's just going to investigate and I'll just stick back in case it comes back around. I'll hopefully get it.
So you got right up top here now. There's plenty of fresh kangaroo poo. It's calling out to Matt. We've got a break there that's been peeled. And you got another one right there. It's been peeled and popped over when it was fresh. Same as that one. So that's 2 in a row, heading down or up. One's facing down, one's slightly that way, so I don't know what the significance of that would be. It's nice and open here though. As you'd imagine under a power line. But whatever we heard stopped and didn't make any more noise, so it's either gone off quietly which you'd hear kangaroos and stuff running off, so at the same time it could have been a kangaroo just being quiet, knowing where to go. Matt's down there though, somewhere. I can hear him, he's back there. Head down towards him, but whatever we heard, of course we weren't recording at the time. It was like a decent sized kangaroo. That's how big it sounded. Okay, you've got fresh trails through the grass here. Something was bedding down there. You can see the grass is all pushed over. I'm assuming it was a kangaroo that we heard. Jeez, this is a bit sketchy here. So I'm imagining that this is a hop mark. Let's come over here. Another one. Let's see. See the trail that I'm leaving, so whatever it is a bit denser than me. Here it goes up into there. I don't think it kept going that way unless it went through the bottom of the grass. There's Matt just there. So as we were coming up this ridge, or this big hill here, we heard a big, like a rustle, and then nothing. We both stopped, and then we couldn't hear a kangaroo hopping off as you normally do, but whatever it was had some size and weight to it. So we're just sitting for a bit and seeing if we can hear anything more. I did think I heard something more down this, but there was only the occasional noise, so we're just going to wait it out and then scope around where the noise was in this swath of trees just here as we were coming up. But is that what you heard, Matt? Like,
Yeah, it was definitely something of some, it's quite heavy, whatever it was.
and I didn't hear it move off, and you were a bit closer to it than me.
It was a big kangaroo, you hear the thump,
Yep.
and then they'll take off.
Even moving through brush, you'd hear the scuffing.
It's hard to say, but it was whatever it was, it had a bit of weight to it.
And now it hasn't made any other noises, so if it can make that noise getting up, how does it not make noise moving away?
It's a good heart starter for the morning.
Yeah. There is some fresh kangaroo poo, big ones that I found down coming in. I'll just wait it out a bit more and see what we can gather and then go have a look. Yeah, I'm just gonna start. So you can see it clear. And this is nice, yummy grass. Rabbits. Because what I heard, it was like just down in this area, down in there.
Yeah.
Is that what you had?
Yeah, around that. It's somewhere on this ridge or either side. Didn't really believe it at first.
Yeah. Look at this. Something's pushed through towards our way. And bent that off. Oh no, it's gone back that way, sorry. It's pushed that way. No, I didn't come up through here. I went around, and you came around as well. So something's come down. Unless it was this big tree. But then...
What's that branch there?
Oh yeah. Hard to tell when it's hard packed without scuffs. 2. I don't know where that's come from. It seems relatively only a couple of weeks old, but I don't know where it's come from.
Not from there, that's too big, that one.
Something's been sleeping in there. That's a... See?
Yeah. Way out to the left of that, is that grass pushed down there?
Yeah, something's been laying right there. Right here. You can see that's all flattened. Oh, that's a big area.
See that leaf?
Yeah. Is there any footprints? It almost looks like that's a...
through there, but yeah, that looks like...
That's, yeah, something... Either kangaroos have been laying in here, or...
Yeah.
Maybe this is where whatever it was we heard. This is... It's almost like it's bloody set up, though. It's like a blind. And that branch has been put there to block more view from coming up. That would make sense. Just because where the hell did this branch snap off? There's literally no other... That's been put there. Because this is all so flat. It just
Imagine
seems...
if we just come across it and you had your scope, say a thermal on there, you could see the...
Yeah.
See the warm...
But just stand in here, Matt. Have a look. Because you can't... There's no breaks off this tree.
Yep.
There's no breaks off this tree.
No grab marks on here where they stood up.
There's a... It looks like they're around this one it may have. When it put this there. Because see how this is all worn. But this... So you can see that's broken from somewhere. But where the fuck is it from? Because if that broke... It hasn't even broken off here. It hasn't broken off anywhere there. Because that's been peeled off. Look at that. That's like been broken and peeled.
Yeah, that's fairly quite fresh.
And that's like a fresh break. So that's been freshly broken, but where does it come from? Because if I was laying down here, literally, you wouldn't even see me through this.
No.
Do you want to take this camera and just go down just to that dark tree there? Just see if you can see me. So if I'm laying right down, because that's the branch we're thinking was laid there. You can see all the grass is flattened with me. There's Matt there.
I can see your pants, but I'm... Maybe just...
See, it's the fact that you're looking for me. So if you weren't looking for me, you wouldn't even see anything, would you? This just seems like definitely could be a kangaroo bedding site. But why is this branch here that's clearly been broken fresh off a... Clearly it's a dead tree that's been broken off, but it's still fresh, a fresh break to the elements. It's just all flat. So it's flat in that smaller bit, so it definitely could have been a kangaroo area. But this whole big area is, and whatever we heard was big. I just don't understand why this is here when that's been freshly broken and put there, and it's not off any of these trees above it. So which tree is it from?
Stand up.
It's the fact that you're looking for me, so if you weren't looking for me,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even see anything, would you? Definitely could be a kangaroo bedding site. But why is this branch here that's clearly been broken fresh off a... Clearly it's a dead tree that's been broken off, but it's still fresh. 6 foot. There's nothing really below it. That could have hit it, but you never know. It's just odd how you get these often, like these common straight snap down breaks. So Matt's just found this track. You can see something's broken this coming through, which could be wallaby height, definitely, kangaroo. But if you keep coming through, that's your footprint there, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't worked
That's Matt's footprint.
You can see down there,
But it's all in this tree here. You can see where something's either grabbing or
that's really
something's
steep.
constantly making
It's
marks
really
on it.
steep there. You can see those impressions there.
Yeah. And where does it go from there? It's almost like it disappears, isn't it? Do you want to go first, or?
Oh, you're up. You go.
It's definitely compressed a bit, the bark there. It's hard to say. It's like one looks like a kangaroo, and then this one on this side's a lot wider. There is fresh kangaroo poo right here, so.
Yeah.
I'm baffled that we didn't hear it, whatever it made that noise, run off.
You can see the branch snap, an old one snap there.
Just looking for scuffs. I think this is that track still here. It's almost got like a track down there. Fresh sap. Weeping out. It's almost like a scuff mark here, maybe.
Oh, okay.
It's clear from where the leaves should be.
Yep.
And there's definitely game trails going down here. Something stood on this log recently to crack it all up.
Yep.
This dead branch.
Oh, yeah.
So that possibly stood on that rock there and then cracked it all. Well, it's almost like I've got impressions here. I'm gonna have a look at this before I keep going. So that's that dark spot there, and then it looks like there's more up there. So you see that dark spot just there? So this was that slide bit there, but see,
Yeah.
it's almost like something bigger has walked there.
Because when you see that, what's that gum leaf there? See that?
Yeah.
Is that just growing out of the ground? See that? Because if you look down there, you'll see a track go.
Yeah.
Down.
It's almost impressions
Unless it's
here.
just come off the tree.
I think that's come off a tree. Something's pulled it off, a cockatiel or something.
You'll see it in that grass if anything's been going through that grass.
Yeah, well, something stepped on this grass here to push it down. I think that's the track there. But something's moved in this grass. Only small though, but. Does it keep going down your way?
Yeah, there's a bit of
I've got one over here, but it's a bit smaller.
strange that sound has just stopped.
Yeah. Because it wasn't a deadfall, it was something getting up, and there's a track going through there on the left of those ferns.
Oh, yeah.
Just a small game trail. Hits this gully and then runs up, I'd say. It's pretty worn in here. Is that twisted? Let's zoom. I think it's just been snapped off. Possible break.
I just can't believe the size of that, whatever it was, and it's just stopped.
It didn't keep going.
No.
So where the fuck is it? Because there's no other significant marks going out.
Not getting any volleys.
So we've just had a scope around, found a few more little breaks. Right there is where the blind is, just there. That blind area where we found where something had been bedding down. So the noise was started from pretty much that tree line down to 20 metres or so down. So we're going to have a scope out on the way back for more bedding areas. But I went this way, and it's all walls of lantana. So if anything did run over there, we would have heard it. And down that way is a drop off down, very steep to the creek, and you would have heard anything crashing through the bush. Kangaroos you'd hear, you know. The only thing I can think of that would make it rustle and then stop is pigs or a dog. But the only odd thing is that we found that branch that was a clean, broken, dead branch, fresh to the elements, laying on near that bedding area, as if to make a blockage from things coming up the hill, so you couldn't see it properly. It's the only logic I can put to why that would be there, but it's the only way anything could have came to not make any noise once we heard it, because we stood there for what, 2 or 3 minutes, and then decided to come up.
Yep, split up.
It'd have to come. Listen to me on this, like, you would not hear anything up here down where we were. So we're going to go over here now and have a look to see, because you wouldn't even leave trails in here. You can see all the open bits of grass.
You wouldn't go up there because the road's there.
Yeah,
and
the road's right
up,
there.
The road's up there where that.
So you'd think
Over
it'd be
and
down in
Yeah.
and across.
Yeah.
So whatever it was could be long gone now, or it's sitting right down there because it knows
to
we're
go.
still around, where we're about to go. So we'll see how we go. Look at that.
For sure.
It's got a twist to it as well, almost, to pop it, because a lot of these are done when they're fresh. It's a trail right where you're on, it seems. I just walked through a cobweb, so nothing came through here. The grass is definitely, but you could even go up there. Yeah. Surely that's nature. Yeah, it looks like a constant stress crack,
Yeah, look how
and then it's
tall it is.
popped. Yeah. So you can see how clear that is, that it's big from a stress crack, not a sharp, almost right angle twist down.
Yeah,
That's good to compare, I think, stuff like that.
for sure.
Definitely got some impressions in the leaves here. Can you get through over there? Can you get through there, or? Yeah. It's only in Burwood that you just find all these little sticks fully peeled and bent. Always around here. It's that same right angle bend. Hopefully this rain holds off. So I've left my raincoat in the car. Yeah, just a clear game trail. I don't think it's going to rain yet. We should be right. It's fresh poo, yeah. But see, that's the thing. If it was the kangaroo this morning, that's real fresh. Why didn't we hear it hop?
Yeah.
Because we would have heard if Roo thudding up the hill. 100%, but there's no doubt about it, we would have heard it.
It's definitely possible it could be a kangaroo, but like
yeah.
I said, you usually hear the follow on.
Dum, dum, dum.
Because they usually get a fair distance.
And they
before
panic,
stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it went on its front claws and feet. What's that? Big old pot that's rusted and burnt through. It's old.
Cool.
Yeah. Be interesting if we found old miners. Oh yeah, we might find a couple of wads of cash up here, you reckon? Be nice. So we made it to the top, the power line track at the road. That's where we were, just over that lip is where we heard that big thing rustle in the bush. Or it literally sounded like it was getting up, so. And then we found that, what looks like a bedding area or something was laying down. Kangaroo could have been, we just don't know, but you'd think you'd hear a large roo with how big that thing was we heard, hopping away, as you always do hear kangaroos, they make that distance, as we've said before. So I don't know what the hell it was, but for that broken branch as well, pretty interesting. This has always been an area of interest up here, so who knows? I guess we'll never know. So we got 1, 2, 3. Where are they? 4, 5. Possibly that one, but I just don't know why they're all facing in this sort of direction. It could be nothing. Who knows? So we're just walking the road back to the car. And we've got a branch break. Yep, so that's come off that. That's a fresh snap down. That's an uprooted tree the wrong way, up in the tree with another bit on it, almost like a triangle. That's pretty odd. How the fuck does an uprooted tree like that, unless it fell off the bank here and it's so long that it, but how does it perfectly just land and sit in there like that? It's just more fucking weird, odd. Why is it broken brakes and that's been twisted? That's fresh. Like, a lot of this just doesn't make sense. So you got 1, Jesus, 2, 3. That's twisted. Look at that, I'm twisted right here. Just here, Matt. So that's fully twisted. A lot, and they're full twisted ones, aren't they? So maybe this is like that's got a twist to it. They've all been popped and then twisted off, like to the side. Yeah. And there's no big deadfalls. They're just all in this one clump. Strange. Does bushfire do that? The heat, does it make it snap and pop in one spot? But like that one's perfectly like as twisted as you can get. Yeah, like 8 foot, easy. There's a lot in, and they're all exactly the same type of brake. Like that's pretty cool. That's full twisted. They've all got a twist to them. I'm just baffled. How the fuck does that happen? If anyone knows if bushfires from the heat of the fire does this, let me know in the comments. But I just don't see how bushfire can make it heat and then twist. Even this, look, that's been twisted back on itself here. That's been pulled and popped over, and that's twisted back. Here, a lot of these are just twisted and broken as we go. And this is heading to the entrance, isn't it? Yep. A twist again. Look at that. A clean, so that was up like that originally, and that's been pulled and twisted. Like, I understand it being snapped from a big log hitting it, but why has it got a twist to it? Just weird little breaks, hey? Some rat sack up there, and a plate. Good old humans. You could almost say that point there, even that little break just there, is like the entrance to get down to Burwood or something. All those twists, because then there's nothing here on any of these trees. Nothing, no twists. Nothing on this tree. So if it was bushfire and from the heat, it'd be on every tree almost.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
So that was like a cluster of twist breaks.
Unless there's an intensity of heat greater there than anywhere
Yeah.
else.
It's pretty bloody odd. Get a few more. Just like that's fully bent and twisted. Unless things are falling on it when they're hot and it's not snapping and just twisting. I just don't know. This is another big break and twist. Like, that's strong. How's that break and twist with nothing on it? One there, one out there. That's us done for another day. Just driving out now. Hands free, of course. Got a fair few breaks and weird twists, as you've seen earlier in the video. I don't know what the hell to make of it, because it looks like it needs to be done by hands. How the hell does it naturally happen where a branch is twisted and snapped? Like clear twists. So if you know of why this happens naturally, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll all be stunned and not know what the hell's going on. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for checking it out.